Hey there, it's Brad here, and we're looking at this GVM PR150R. So that's 150 watts, and this can do color in addition to bicolor, so RGB. And if you're looking at this one, it's probably because it's a light that has a Bowens mount. Otherwise, you'd be looking at just getting one of those LED panels. So you are probably interested in controlling the light more. So this does operate with an app. If you put it on the app setting there, which I have, and you get this for your controlling your settings. So if I wanted to turn it off, I could do that. If I wanted to change the color temperature, I could do that with 2700, and it tells you at the bottom to 7500 Kelvin. And I believe these GVM lights tend to be with the amber and then the cooler white LEDs, the brightest in the middle where you get to combine all of them. And your brightness adjustment, of course, is on the top right there. So that's pretty simple. Although it does flip over sometimes, like you might have just seen me do. So if I go over there, it'll flip over to off. It goes to 0%. All right. So this, I'm in a 15 by 15 living room about that, and I wouldn't say that this is enough to light up the room, but it definitely provides soft light with this lantern attachment. I've got one up there that I actually use. It's a 200 watt GVM. And it is much bigger, much wider. The lantern is the same, and that really lights up this room. So I wouldn't recommend this for providing a bunch of light with this smaller body. It's got less power. This is plastic here for this casing. The fan is constantly going when it's on. The bracket is metal. Okay, so that's good. And this fan I measured at, what was it, like 37 to maybe 44 decibels, depending on how close I was. That was from about 6 feet away to about a foot away. And so you don't want to put your microphone right next to it if you're using this for video light. And so if you have it far away from the microphone, far enough away from the light, it probably won't make a difference. All right, so I will show you, see a little bit about the construction. I've tried multiple times to get this to spin on there. I'm not trying hard now, but so that's maybe not the best construction here. This is one of the smaller XLR type cables. Their bigger lights come with the larger cables that snap into place, and that's much nicer. So there are good reasons to upgrade. If you want to use this as your primary light for photography, then you probably want to get more watts, unless you only do close-ups and you're really interested in mood lighting with the RGB. Okay, but if you're just interested in having a decent enough power light that can do RGB as well, like you're really interested in that, then this is cool. So we'll put that in there on the app, hue, saturation, intensity, sometimes it's luminance. And then you can see what they have here. I don't like this as much as Newer's app. With theirs, the color wheel, you can go toward the middle and adjust the saturation at the same time you adjust the hue. But here on the color wheel, you can only adjust the hue no matter where you are, inside or outside of the color wheel, but it's still really easy to operate. It goes smoothly all the way around there. Okay, 0 to 360. Okay, so you independently down here adjust the brightness, and then you can also adjust the saturation independently. Okay, all right, so what else do they have in there? Well, the scenes, I'm not going to go through all of them, so I don't have to give you a warning about flashing lights and seizures. These are fairly standard. Now the good thing is that they've been updating these apps, especially newer, but they've also done this with the GVM app, where you can change some more things than just the brightness when you have a setting. So for instance, the cycle here, I can change it from really fast psychedelic all the way to 5 seconds. I've got it at 3.7 now, and you can see, so it makes its jump, and this is not a gradual one for the party setting, but you get the idea. Okay, but also cool is you can set up, let's see, down here under your scene thing, it has a custom setting, so you can have it cycle between or among different colors, and you can pick your own. I don't really care because I don't use it that much for that. If I just want a party light, then I just do the party setting. Pretty simple. All right, so what does it come with? Well, it's got, of course, that lantern softbox, which is really easy to set up. That comes in a long bag because to have all those wires in there, it's those poles, it's long. You also have a long cord here. It goes down to the power brick down there, which is again smaller than the power bricks for the bigger GVM things, of course. And you see all that length easily goes across this 15-foot room. And there's the manual that I dropped. It comes with one of these little diffusers, or maybe it's a dust cap if you use it that way. I prefer not to diffuse the light more when I've got a softbox on it. And where else? Let's see. It comes with, I probably also dropped it, it comes with cable ties for the cable, so that's nice, Velcro ones. And it comes with this guy, this fold up backwards stand. This is probably well suited to this light. I prefer to have it on this wheel stand so I can move it around easily. I don't like using this with the larger, heavier ones because I've used one of these and it didn't seem like this was well built for it, like it was sturdy enough. But these stands are good if you want to put these flat on the ground and tighten this in place, because then you can get it lower if you want to put your light behind a model. All right, so anyway, the basic summary, this is good if you want an RGB light and something that's versatile, so you can use it as a bicolor light, and you don't want to break the bank. You want it to be relatively portable because it's fairly lightweight and smaller than the 200 watt, 300 watt ones. It's not what I'd recommend if you plan to use this as your only light, especially for photography. If you can afford more expensive ones, but it's very versatile, so it's a fairly good deal in that respect, and you get what you need to get going with some soft light with this lantern. So I think that's about it. I hope this helped. Take care.